Hey Bob, this is Grant Garrett with Blu Digital Solutions. I know we've played a little phone tag trying to get a hold of each other so we could have a sit down and go over some of this stuff I'm about to show you. So I figured I'd just go ahead and shoot a video and send it over to you since I know you're a busy man. But just what we're going to do is go over kind of your website and compare it to some of your competitors here in the area and show you some different ways, different tips to increase your customer traffic by 10, 20, 30, 40, heck, even 50%. So right here I have your page pulled up. And I'm just going to kind of go over what it is that Google looks for in order to rank, websites to the top of the list. So just looking at yours, one of the big things that Google looks for is content. Looking at your page here, everything that I can highlight, obviously that's going to be considered content. And you have, a decent bit. I'd probably say anywhere from 500 to 750 words, give or take. Google wants to see at least 1,000 up to 1,500, if not more. So look at one of your competitors' pages. And the way I find them is just by typing in personal attorney or personal injury attorneys, especially in the Atlanta area. That's where it seems most of the search volume is at. So when we go to look down here at some of these attorneys, we want to see who's ranked highest organically, which is going to be Motlic. And so that's why I'm using Motlic to compare you to. So we look at Motlic's content, and we see, they have a fairly good bit of content in here. Keep going down, it just keeps going. So that's what Google wants to see. They want to see that you're the actual local expert in your area, and that's who they want to put at the top. Obviously, you need to tie in some different keywords that people are searching for within your content. So that's why Motlic is ranked towards the top. That and a couple other reasons that we'll go over here shortly as well. Another thing to look at, haven't actually checked this, so we'll check it together right now. But your pictures, let's see what they look like when you go to click Save Image As. Alright, so that's actually not too bad. It says attorney, TAC, MIN. Not sure what that is, but you want to save all of your pictures that are on your website as some of your keywords. So that one's actually pretty decent. I haven't checked all the other ones, but we could go through and check those as well. Like I said, Google doesn't care about the layout of your site, what it looks like. They don't see any of this stuff. All they do is when they go to crawl the page is they crawl all of this content, from left to right, all the way down, and they're trying to pick up keywords to rank you for. That lets them know, hey, look, these are the keywords that I want to be ranked for, and I am the local expert in the area. This is why you should rank me, to the top. So I want to go over some of the metrics with you as well. So this is your site right here. These are the metrics that you see. You're ranked 27 million and some change. Just to give you an idea, this DR here is the domain rating. The higher this number is, the more powerful your website is. So as you see here, you're at a 5, which isn't the greatest. But what you do have going for you is you do have a pretty good bit of backlinks. Backlinks are nothing more than votes throughout the web. So the more websites that are related to attorneys and medical malpractice and auto accidents and stuff like that you can get your website listed on, the more backlinks you're going to get. All backlinks obviously aren't created equal as well. If you could get your website listed on an attorney's website in Atlanta, it's going to give you a lot more power than if you had your website listed on Pizza Hut's website, just for the simple fact they're not related in any way, shape, or form. Look here at the keywords. These are all the keywords that you actually rank for, which is a fairly good bit, but it's only pulling in 33 people to your website every single month. So, we can really bump that number up. And I'm going to show you some of the keywords that you actually rank for. So we look here, you're ranking for obviously your name, and then you can see all these other ones that you do rank for. So here's, this would be a good one. This is a good one to rank for right here. There's 200 different people searching for it every single month. They're searching that specific keyword, and out of these 200, you're pulling in one person to your website because you're ranked on the second page right now. Obviously, if we could get you ranked to the number 1 spot here in Rome, you'd be pulling in a whole lot more traffic out of these 200 people that are looking for attorneys in Rome, Georgia. Same thing with personal injury lawyer, Rome, Georgia. It's only 30, but you're not pulling in any of that traffic because you're on page 2. So these are some things. This is where the backlinks that I told you about come into play, and with content. Everything's kind of tied in together. So if we can get these keywords tied in a little bit more into your content and then do some backlinks targeting these keywords as well, it's going to push these keywords to the top and start getting you more traffic. Look at that one, 150. And you're ranked right at the bottom of second page, so it's not doing you too well. So like I said, I compared you to somebody in Atlanta, though, because that's where it seems like most of the traffic is at. And so we look at Motlic's metrics. They're ranked 4 million and some change. Their DR is 28. And they have a pretty good bit more referring domains than you. But look how many keywords they rank for, 21,500, which is huge. And they're bringing 7.8 thousand people a month just to their website. And then this number that you see here, that number here is how much it would cost them to bring in 7.8 thousand people to their website every month based off the keywords they're ranking for. So they're pretty much getting $186,000 worth of traffic for free just by ranking organically. Versus when we looked at yours, for these 33, it would cost you about $106 if you were doing paid traffic. And then it also shows that they are paying about $908 a month for paid traffic as well. So we look at some of their keywords that they're ranking for. So right off the top, they're ranking for a bunch of random ones that I don't see them, bringing them any actual customers or clients right off the bat, just these couple here. But we keep going down. Atlanta personal injury lawyer, that would be a great one to rank for. There's 1,300 people every single month searching for that word, for this term. And out of these 1,300 people, they're getting 140 people to come visit their website because they're ranked number 3 in the organic traffic in Google. We can keep scrolling down, keep checking what they rank for, and a lot of these would obviously be good ones to go after. So we could look at see what they're going after, and then we could go after the same. And just to show you some other keywords in that area as well that it's not just your competitors ranking for, but these are just terms that people in general are searching for. So Atlanta personal injury lawyer, 1.3 thousand people searching for it. Atlanta personal injury attorneys, 450. And you can see, going all the way down, it keeps on going. So these are all terms that we could go after in the Atlanta area, and that's not including all the other cities, throughout Georgia. This is just Atlanta itself. So there's a lot to go after here throughout the state itself. And then obviously if you're doing class action lawsuits and stuff like that, that's a whole different ballgame of other stuff that we're able to target. So the last thing I want to go over is the Google My Business. I see you have one in Rome, and I believe I seen you had one in Atlanta somewhere, but it was buried down on one of the pages. Right here, this is where the majority of the calls come from, right here. Roughly 70% of the traffic of people that Google whatever term they're Googling, most of them are going to click one of these three right here. Either A, they're going to click the top one, or B, they're going to look at the reviews real fast and see kind of which one has the best ratings, and they're going to call that one. So one thing that we can do is start working on your GMB to try to get that to the top. And what really gets that to the top is obviously reviews do help, but one of the big things is citations. Citations are nothing more than getting your business listed in directories. There's about 350 directories throughout, and the biggest thing is making sure your name, address, and phone number are perfectly wrote to match what you have here throughout all of those directories. So just to give you an idea, in this case here, Mottlick and Associates, if they were to leave this @ symbol out and type out "and," Google's going to disregard it, and it's not going to help them in any way, shape, or form. It has to match word for word and then number for number. So just make sure if you want to implement that and you decide to try to do it yourself, just make sure that you get those and you actually match them perfectly. And to give you an idea kind of why these companies are ranking towards the top, tool we use right here, whitespark.ca, it just shows us who some of the top attorneys are in the area, and this is how many citations they have. So we look at the Calca Group. They're actually ranked number 1 up there for personal injury attorneys. They only have 47, and there's some other ones that are actually outdoing them, 75, 71. But the reason they're ranked number 1 is probably because they have their GMB or Google My Business completely optimized. They have everything filled out all the way down to the description. They're taking up all the characters. They have all their photo. They have more photos than everybody else. Their photos are saved the way that I told you earlier. By right-clicking it and checking what it's saved as. They're probably saved as most of their keywords. On top of that, they're probably geotagging their images as well. So they're going in and making sure that the latitude and longitude matches up with what Google wants to see there in Atlanta, that their pictures are taken there in Atlanta. So it just gives them a little bit more power, and that's what ranks them to the top. And the way that you can go after this, obviously we would go after the Calca Group's citations, because Google's already showing us with these 47 citations right here that they're willing to rank them to the top. So obviously we would want to go after all 47 of those citations, and then obviously not stop there, because like I told you, there's 350 different directories. There's probably some more as well. But what we would do is go through and one by one, we'd go to each of these websites right here and start doing the same thing, getting citations from each and every single one of these. And then we wouldn't stop. We'd keep going, and we'd probably do another at least 50 to 100 to make sure that we outrank them to where we're, for the most part, untouchable, up at that number 1 spot. Like I said, I just wanted to give you a few pointers on something that you could do, or even if you don't want to do it, I'd love to sit down and kind of go over what it is, that we're able to do for you. Because like I said, there's a bunch more. We could target all the different cities. There's a bunch more keywords. But I just wanted to take the time to send you this and see if it's something you may be interested in. Just because all the phone tag, we've kind of had trouble getting in touch with each other. But once again, this is Grant, and my number is 706-233-3557. Once again, 706-233-3557. Look forward to hearing from you, Bob. Thanks.